Hi everyone, Orlando Raw. Okay, so welcome to my channel. Today is Thursday. In Italy, they usually say giovedì, which is Thursday, giovedì, gnocchi. So what is gnocchi? Gnocchi, a few people know them. These are small gnocchi, okay, and it's Thursday, so I love gnocchi. So let's make something really special today with this gnocchi. Stay tuned. Okay, so what do I need today with these gnocchi? I'm going to make them special. I'm going to make them with vongole, which are clam shells. And I'm going to use asparagus, asparagi, and hot chili pepper, peperoncino, garlic, aglio, and small tomatoes. These are datterino, which are like dates. They look like dates, okay? The shape. And I've got my pancetta. This is going to be interesting. And my cheese grana padano. So first things first, I'm going to grab my asparagus and put them all even here. If you got fresh, you have to cut off the ends. These are frozen, so we had these in the fridge, in the freezer. Okay, so cut off the ends and cut these in 3 parts, okay, because they're about 3 parts. Okay, so I cut up my asparagus in 3 parts. I'm using this is to cook vapor wise. So I'm going to put my asparagus inside here. And there's going to be water underneath, obviously. And the vapor is going to cook the asparagus. So I'm going to put a lid, I'm going to put this on the stove. And it's going to cook. And keep the water, because we're going to cook your pasta in there. Okay, so when it cooks up the water, keep it, because we're going to cook our gnocchi. Gnocchi only takes 1 to 2 minutes to cook. As soon as they come up to the surface, they're ready. So it's the gnocchi's fast. So let's prepare everything and let's get to it. Okay, so I cut up my garlic and I'm removing the center part, which is the bitter part. See that? Look at that. Okay, I removed it because that's the part. So you cut your garlic in half and you get rid of, with your knife, you just go for it and just roll it on the center, and you get rid of that central piece. That piece there is the bitter part. That's like if you leave your garlic for a long time, it starts growing, and that's where it's grown from to make a plant. And that is real bitter, and that is something that if you eat, it comes up. You start feeling it coming up. So if you clean your garlic good, you can eat garlic. So get into it. Get your chili peppers. If there's some bad part, get rid of it and just dice those up, cut these up, and we're going to get these ready in a pan to do our clam shells, our vongole. Okay, so just fast. When you cut and put your finger like this, and you can just cut straight down and you don't cut your fingers. Okay, so just like that. And you can be fast, okay? Okay, great. So I cut that. I'm going to cut it this way too, because I want the seeds to come out and go everywhere, because I want it really chilly, because the seeds are the part that makes it really chilly hot. Throw in your garlic and just let it heat up a bit. We don't want it to burn. And put in our chili pepper. Okay, so just heated that up a bit and throw in your clam shells and let them all open up and cook. If you want, you can get some parsley and finally cut that up and put it on the clam shells as soon as they open. You don't need this. I had extra, so I'm going to use it. Just sprinkled the parsley on top of the clam shells, which are opening up. Grab your pancetta and start slicing it up. Real big slices, okay. It's very hot today, this summer. You could do this in winter, this dish, but I know a lot of you are in Australia, in South America, South Africa and you're looking at these dishes and it's cold down there, so get into it. I'm doing this for everyone so they can learn to cook by themselves and cook like a pro and make something very, very nice and really special for your loved ones or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and do a real good surprise. I cut up all my pancetta even in long strips, and see this fat. We're going to use the fat to cook itself without putting oil there. Here's the clam shells ready. They look beautiful. Let's just taste one and see how it goes. Top. Excellent. So throw in the pancetta, no oil or nothing. That's going to heat up with its own fat. So I removed the asparagus from getting vaporized. I'll just grab a glove here. Let's put on this fancy glove. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to pull this up and there you go. Now it's hot. Okay, now I've got the water which is green here, if you can see that, the green water, and I'm going to use this to cook the gnocchi. I have my clams and I'm going to pull them out with a spoon, put them in a dish which I'm going to use after to cook up with the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so I should have got a smaller spoon. There you go. Just fast. It's not difficult. Okay, so remove most of them, but not all of them. Some of them, keep about a few, about 10 for decoration. Okay, so I removed most of those and I got just a few for decoration. Keep this sauce because we're going to use it to cook. Okay, so just pull out your tomatoes. I just washed them, cut them in half. They're already small, just so when you put them in a pan they cook. Okay, that looks good. This is a way to do a sauce without using sauce, just using fresh tomatoes. So they just cook for a few minutes and that's okay. So all the tomatoes are ready. So now I'm going to get my asparagus cooled down a bit. I'm going to pull out the ends and I'm going to keep a few of these for decoration. So just a few of these, not too many. Okay, the rest of this I'm going to go cook and with the tomatoes. So let's cook it up. I'm going to put some black pepper on top. Okay, and that looks great and it's cooking with its own fats. Look at the oil that's coming out of the fat of its own fat without putting oil. Okay, so while that's nearly cooked, throw in my asparagus. Okay, so now that it's getting a bit dry, I'm going to use the juice from the Vongole. Look at that. Excellent. Okay, so that cooked about a minute and I'm going to throw in my tomatoes, let them heat up, and the acidity of the tomatoes is going to make it marvellous. In that green asparagus water, throw in your gnocchi. Okay, and we've got about a minute now. Here's some of the Vongole and the asparagus that we're going to use for decoration. And now I'll grate some cheese. Okay, if it shakes every time I grate cheese. So I'll grate the cheese and I'll get back to you. So let's cook it up pretty good. And we've got 1 minute left for the gnocchi because it takes 2 minutes. So I'm going to just put in my clams. Okay, so I've got my clams in here and I'm going to mix it all up. Okay, and a few seconds the gnocchi is going to come out and I'm going to put them inside. Okay, so the gnocchi have risen and I'll start placing them inside the pan and I'm going to cook it up. Even if a bit of water goes in, that's okay, it's no problem. So look at that, nice cream sauce, look at that, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, so I've got my fancy plate here, looks like a shell, and I'm going to just put the consonants inside. Beautiful. Okay, so this is maybe for 2 people, for 3 people. Okay, I'm going to just put it inside and show you how to decorate it. So I'm going to just put it all in. Okay. It looks beautiful, so nice. The colours, green, asparagus, the tomatoes. Okay, I would just put a bit of pancetta on the top. There you go. Bit of those red tomatoes on the top. Okay, so that looks pretty good already. Now's the decoration time. So I'm going to grab my asparagus, the tips which I left out, and I'm going to put them on the top. Okay, so they look even fancier. Okay, look at that, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, so next step is grab your clam shells, put them on the edges. All on the edges, look at that. So I've got about 10 here, so spread them out evenly. So you got them all around. Okay, that is beautiful. Okay, last two steps. Let's see if I do a mess. Okay, last two steps is grab your juice, put a spatula on the end and pour in some juice. Okay, that, I hope you can see that. Okay, probably saw a burnt pan. Anyway, got the juice there. That is looking already fantastic. And now the voila, the grated cheese on top. Wow, just a bit, not too much. I like the cheese on the clam shells. That looks good. Okay, I would say that is fantastic. Okay, so look at that plate. That looks fantastic with your pancetta and your tomatoes and asparagus, and you've got your clam shells around there, the juice. This is really a very good dish. Let's taste it now. Okay, so taste testing time, Orlando Raw. Look at that. Look at that, that's beautiful. Gnocchetti, small gnocchi, very small. So just grab my fork, look at that. I've got the pancetta, I've got the asparagus. This is so beautiful. Top. Okay, so what can I say about this dish? I can say you must do it. Look at that. Look at that. Grab your shells. Beautiful. This has a nice cream to it. It is so beautiful. Okay, raw, Orlando Raw. What can I say? I can say, look at that. Look at that, beautiful. This is a must. You must make this. Follow the video. Just do the steps. I went through the steps accurately. Follow those steps. The timing is nearly the same because it was a long video, but this is beautiful. So hit the notification button. Give me a thumbs up, please. And subscribe, Orlando Raw. You know it.